Alright, welcome back to the channel, and hopefully, I cannot walk around so much and this voice recording can go well. Here we are doing something that I think the War Thunder YouTube community should actually do a bit more of, and that's cover planes in their stock grind phase, which, I mean, I understand most of the YouTubers out there already have most of everything spaded, so that's kind of unrealistic for them to do. But, conveniently for me, this plane was not spaded when I first started recording this video. In fact, it was not spaded ever throughout the process of recording this video. I only got as far as the engine modification, and on the last match I played, I got the engine injection, but never played after that. So this footage covers between stock and that point. And my opinion on this aircraft is this. It's a good aircraft, actually. It does a lot more than you'd think, and it handles. It has that Russian philosophy of being good at almost everything, but not really excelling at anything. Now this one still has that philosophy, but dialed back a little bit and allows you to the airframe specialize more in high-speed performance, similar to like a P-51. As you can tell, the wing shape is actually quite similar, just a bit broader, for lack of a better term. And what this plane actually does excel at is being a very fast gunboat, which when you're stock actually it helps a lot with getting kills, because we all know the struggle. If you don't have the performance to get kills, you have to rely on your guns. If you don't have the guns to get kills while you're stock, or no other performance, you're going to have a very, very hard time. Luckily, one problem with these guns is sometimes they only spark, and they're shotguns when you're stock, but usually it only takes 2 or 3 shells to kill one person, which is nice. Problem being is, as per usual, this might as well just be a trademark of the channel, is I don't have very good aim. Almost ever. You know, I played this game for, 12 years, and I used to be a marksman, and not anymore. It's just one of those things. And to play this plane stock is really just what you're seeing on this video. It's just kind of being a vulture and a support fighter. You don't want to be in the thick of it, but you don't really have the dogfighting potential to keep up with a Yak or a Spitfire, at least on equal terms. Now, if they're worse than you in the game, then obviously you can can them their own asshole, and there's not much they can do about it. If they're spaded, you're not. You're just going to balance things out, even with a skill gap. So just be careful. A lot of planes can outturn you, but you can also surprisingly keep up with a lot of things in a dogfight. You know, I've kept with J2M2s, granted. I had more speed than he did, and he was still kind of AFK climbing. But it's still a J2M2, and that thing is just cracked. Look up my video on the J2M2. It was posted a while ago. Hopefully I remember to put a link up in the top right for you guys to watch that. Thing's a monster. Love it. Anyways, I love to say I'm definitely out of practice if you guys can't tell. And my microphone is, well, it's non-existent. I'm actually recording from the laptop microphone. Computer's still the same, though, as when I was consistently uploading. No longer that beast of a computer I had. Yeah, I sent that back. No Compromise Gaming. The company is amazing. Their customer service is great. It's just the value is just not worth it, guys. If you are going to lease a computer from them, make sure it's only a month or 2. And even then, I would advise against it, because at the end of the day, you're spending about 2 times more than you would otherwise if you just bought the PC outright. So that's my little spiel on that. Now the LA-11 is a little background on this aircraft. Is actually Russian fighter. Oh my gosh, I can English, guys. So what it is a stripped down armament-wise LA-9s. LA-9 with more fuel tanks and 1 less gun. And more armor plates. As you'll see later in the video, this thing is extremely durable. Like, taking shots to the engine, to the wings, nothing. Nothing's going to kill this thing in a hurry. Unless they get a lucky shot, kill your pilot, or something like that. And with this thing also, it's pretty fast. Most Russian aircraft will start giving you problems at these speeds, but I'm having no such issues. And that's why I say this kind of thing kind of reminds me of a weird hybrid between an Anton 190 and kind of a P-51 D-30. Now this thing isn't as heavy as either of those, I don't believe. You guys can fact check me. I don't really care. In the comments below. what was I saying? Yeah, that's what aircraft remind, because it just has that weight that goes down the center of the fuselage. Center of gravity is very stiff. Like the energy is very direct, but the wings make it handle like a P-51, especially at higher speeds. But the engine keeps up the energy. You have amazing energy retention and acceleration generation as well. Here's that clip I was talking about when keeping up with J2M2. I could have had the shot had it rolled just slightly more to the left, and you could have had the shot here again, and I missed. But what's new? Not my aim. My aim will always be horrible, without an issue. Now, you're never going to be at altitude or above any of these enemy aircraft in any match, really. And maybe it's a full down tier, you might keep up with them, but according to the stat card's not always accurate, by the way. You only have a 14 meter per second climb rate, which is actually akin to the P-47N, which I need to make a video of, because that thing is actually a lot better than people say. So you will have altitude, but not a lot of it, and you won't be above people. So what do? You gotta play it slow. You gotta pick your targets and kind of just pick people off like this. The Spitfire is, albeit the better dogfighter in this sort of situation, but he is so distracted on the Yak-3P that I can just kind of come in, swing his wing off. Yes, swing his wing off. Yeah. Cut his wing off like it's made of freaking tissue paper and just fly away. Bearcat coming in above me. I'm trying to get the pod shot, but this one thing that this plane really sucks at is low speed AOA. Below 500 kilometers an hour, do not expect to be able to pull a lead for a lot of things, especially in that sort of situation. And here comes it taking this J2M2. It has me dead to rights. I pivot around, roll around his axis, so he doesn't get a clean shot, but he hits my cowling and my engine. But guess what? This thing does not care. Does not care in the slightest. It's still going to travel along. And this plane, it's just a really good plane. And I'm just completely stammering on my words. I'm going to pause that. Baby, I'm in quite the predicament now. I have an F8F1, which outperforms this thing in a lot of ways. I have a J2M2 up at altitude as well, which does the same thing as the Bearcat, just not as extreme. And I have a Griffin behind me. What am I going to do? Normally I go for the highest guy and just deal with that. But this is just not the plane, especially stock, to do that. You're not a frontline fighter in this thing. If anything, you are a support fighter. You're not going to want to be in the thick of things, and you're not going to want to fight from a disadvantage if you can help it. Instead, I'm a bit of a vulture here and go after this P-51. Now I know this Yak-3P has it. If it was the other way around, I wouldn't trust P-51 to kill Yak-3 any day of the week. I'm sorry, guys. I love that plane, but most players do not know how to make P-51 work, especially against the Yak-3. The Yak-3 kind of needs especially the lower tier one needs to go up a little bit. But as you can see, aim is horrible, and at points, even at this close of a range, these guns are insanely hard to aim. And as I say that, I get a critical hit, and my last bit of ammo, I'm going to saw his wing up, and he's going to go down. It's kind of a testament to how strong these guns are and how you should play. Kind of slashing attacks. Right now we're about to get to a 1v1 against the Bearcat, which in all intents and purposes should have won this fight. And the reason he didn't win this fight wasn't because the LA-11 is better than the Bearcat. Not in the slightest. The dogfighter, I prefer the Bearcat. The reason he lost this fight is A, he might be an AI, who knows these days, and B, he didn't stick the fight. Here we go into the merge, pop a little tough shells in the head on. He misses, I miss. He tends to pull in, I'm setting up for a rolling scissors. I'm not trying to push back ahead on, I'm maneuvering for the next stage. I'm already one step ahead of him. And what he should have done was, in my opinion, was to stick the fight. He was trying, now, being defensive, but he gave me too much room to point my nose at him. And now that I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Except my aim. My aim is going to go on the shit back. And as I say that, I dismantle his plane apart into 10 million pieces, and down goes the Bearcat. My advice to the Bearcat, stick the fight, manage your speed a little better, and just don't get in front of my guns and you'll be fine. Keep it tight. Keep that fight tight. And now this clip is only a couple minutes long, towards the end of the video here, but it kind of shows exactly what the thought process is for this plane that I think you should employ, even when spaded. Right now we got a bunch of Yak-3Us, some Corsair 4s, some Yak-9s, and I'm going to prioritize people who are doing this, what this Yak 9 is doing, not really paying attention, going vertical, going slow. Because I have the energy above all these guys, but I don't have the airframe to contest them in a 1v1 dogfight. Yak 3U is busy with another ally, and he's climbing up, stalling himself out right in front of me, and knowing what the Yak 3U can do, I'm going to take it out as soon as I can. No ifs, ands, or buts. Next up is just support. What I'm really trying to do is thin the numbers out, make sure my team can properly land these hits, and thin these numbers out, because at the end of the day, we are grinding here. We're not going for the best KD in the world. We know we're going for the most kills. What's really going to get us that grinding RP is actually winning the match. Yeah, those of you who don't know, if you win the match, you actually get double the RP you do as if you lost it. So there you go. You guys are having a problem with grinding? That's a little tip for you. We'll just win the matches. I know it's not always, it's easier said than done sometimes, but it's a big help, especially take advantage of those multipliers for kills. Getting 2 kills a game instead of 1 is going to net you about 30% more RP. Getting 3 kills instead of 1 is going to net you about 75% more RP. And overall, you're going to get RP for 3, and then you're going to multiply it by a 1.75 factor. And then 4 kills or more, you get double your RP. So you get 4 kills or more, and then you win the match. You're going to get a crap load more RP than if you just a full commit head on and went to the next match. Even if you snip those short matches together, I guarantee you, there's actually going to be more RP in just the one match you got 4 kills in. Now, I went with I-225 because he's not really a high-level threat, but I know what they can do in the right hands, so I'm just trying to kill this guy. This is the last kill of the video. It was nice seeing you guys again. I know it's been a while. You guys have a good one. Goodbye.